So this is obviously the site. I will point out that if you go on to where your name is listed and the My Profile section, it's just a tidbit of knowledge. You won't see all of these links, but you will see an agent profile. If you don't like how your name is populated, like if you, like my name is Arthur, but I go by Art. Like you could put whatever, however you want your name to show up here, and you can put your direct phone number here. This is important because this is what shows up on the travel vouchers that you're providing to your client. And then you can also upload your own avatar. That way you could either have your the agency, like the Archer uh, logo and everything showing, or you can have your own picture, whether it be yourself or if you have a different um, logo that you prefer to use, you can upload that there. So just that tidbit of knowledge. And then back on the homepage, here you're going to find everything that uh, the platform offers in various forms and fashions. But I did want to just briefly go over the different product types. So we do have over 500,000 hotels. We offer transfers to and from airports and also to and from cruise ports. We have attractions, and this attraction is you can find admissions, hop on, hop off buses, admissions to various um, ad- attractions, obviously, but also there's day trips in here as well, day tours that you can find. Car rental, self explanatory, and then multi day package tours. If you haven't looked at these, I would encourage you to come into there and spend some time, look at it on your own. We have multi day package tours in all of these locations. There are private tours where it's just your clients, a driver, guide, attractions, transportation, all of that. There's self-drive tours. There's also other ways to experience it. Here's just some recommended. You can see now again, all of this is priced in USD, so keep that in mind. But you can see like Bali uh, ends up being less than $100 a day per person. So there's some really good deals and things in there. So encourage you to check that out. So what I wanted to do today was just do we'll build like a brief FIT style itinerary. We'll do show you how the sort order works, how you can get the best value out of it, and then we'll show you how to use the customized quote, and then talk about the book now, pay later, and then that will get you through today. So we can do like a London. Always start with the destination. So I'm going to throw in some little tidbits, best practices, as well as tips and tricks, whatever little tagline you want to adhere to it. I'm going to throw some of those in along the way. When you're doing a search
Thanks, darling.
using when you're doing a search, you want to always start with a destination, even if you think you know or what hotel you want to use. Still start with the destination because there's a lot of times some hidden value in there. So, like we'll do London, and we'll just do city center. We will book something like, so I'm in the live platform, so everything that I'm doing happens just as you would experience it. So I'm just going to do a search for the spring. Here you can adjust the room. If you have children traveling, also if you have one person paying for the entire trip, so uh, Nan is taking the whole family out and she's going to cover the rooms for her kids and her grandkids. You can add multiple rooms right here as well. But just keep in mind that's one financial transaction. If they are going to do their own payment, there's a quicker way and a better way to actually do that. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. Doing the sort order, our sort order, we're going to provide the results based on our recommendation. So that's going to be the best value, not always the lowest price, but the best value. So value over price. So we're going to show you the sort results. And then you have various filters over here on the left that you can always use. Now we do have the chain hotels. We have boutique hotels. There's all inclusives. There's private villas. There's apartments. So the whole gamut is there. So you can use the appropriate filters, and then you get our results over here based on our recommendation. Like I said, a few things about the results. So you'll see some pictures of the property. You can scroll through right here yourself to get a little better idea of the property. You see the hotel information as far as the address goes there, some brief notes. Down here, you see the overall ratings. So this is being pulled from TripAdvisor. So these are verified customer reviews. So this is really handy to have. And then over here, you see two rates. You see one is the online rate. So this is a rate that your client has access to as well. So if they were to go on Expedia.com and pull up this hotel on those dates, they're going to see this particular rate. Now, this rate can be booked with us, but it is an online rate, so the commission is going to vary. So you'll see anywhere between um, I've seen as low as 3%, but I've never really seen above 7% on this commission if you're booking the online rate. The other option is to use the Archer special rate. So it is listed here, and you're getting 11% of this each and every time. And you're getting that same commission on anything within the platform, whether it's the attractions, the transfers, car rentals, uh, all of it, you're getting that same amount. So this rate already includes your 11% as well. And so as you can see, you're getting like 120 bucks a night savings there. And so you can see that all the other hotels that are there on that specific date. Now we are not always the lowest on every single hotel. I was looking for one where we actually weren't, but on this particular search, I can't seem to find one. Um, but if we are, if there is an instance where our rate is actually higher than the online rate, no, you can still book that online rate, and we can help you with that particular element. So for this, we'll book the Archer special rate. This takes you to the hotel um, page, the details. You'll see all the details. Now, with the quote that we're going to do here in a moment, it'll share all of this very seamlessly with your client. One particular area I do want to call your attention to is the fees section. So when you're booking a resort type of a property that has an additional resort fee associated with it that is not part of the rate, we call that out here, and it will have its own line here that shows you that resort fee and how much it is, so that you can set those proper expectation. The other thing, if you're booking within the EU, most of those destinations now have their local tax that is also applicable at time of check-in. When that's the case, that too will be listed here and how much it is. So you can set those proper expectations. Go down a little bit more, you see how that customer review is broken out. And then there's these series of cards of different rooms. I will be honest, I scroll past this and get to the room selection below, because here I can put filters on this particular results section of results so that I'm only looking at what I want to see. So now you're seeing only rooms that meet the criteria that we selected. And so we will scroll down through here. A lot of these are the cozy rooms. Then we get to the classic rooms, and then the twins. So you see a variety of all the different rooms that are meeting that criteria. So I like the cozy room, so we'll just select it, and we will put myself in here, and then I can send Sharna the bill to bring me over to London in an email. I'm sure she won't mind doing that. That was a joke, of course. The So over here you see the nightly rate, and you see the taxes and fees are included. You see the total. You also see the commission amount and the earned points. So with RoomRes, for each booking that you make, you also are earning points. What are those points? Those are for you to use and apply to however you would like. If you want to use them for your own travel, you want to reward some of your clients. If you have like loyal clientele, you can throw on a free tour or something for them. You can use them however you want. They can be used to book anything in the platform. There are no blackout dates, and as long as you continue using the platform, they don't expire. Really cool. Earlier this year, we just surpassed $1 million in rewards redeemed, which is really cool. The So now at this point, we've got through the hotel process. You see this draft itinerary. So this means we've actually started to draft an itinerary, and it will now live in that itinerary section. So if you need to step away, you can always come back to it quite easily. From the hotel tab or this hotel card, you can book transfers and attractions for this particular itinerary right here from this location. So you can add a transfer. You can, we'll assume they're coming into Heathrow. It'll pull in that. You select the time that date and time they're arriving. We'll say they're arriving at, keep in mind this is a 24-hour clock, so you make sure that you're choosing the appropriate time. Within the types of transfers that we provide, there are shuttles. There are also private transfers. With the private, there are standard, there are hybrids, and there are premium types of vehicles as well. So all of that information you can see right there. There's cars, there's vans, there's minibuses, there are full-on coaches. Depending on what your client is looking for, you can find that there. Go to add the information, just simply put in the client's information. And I'm going to put in an imaginary flight just because I don't have all of my flights memorized. And we'll just select imaginary airport to go to that flight. And then all of your details are here on the left, and simply hit proceed. This will add another card to that draft itinerary. And then the same type of action is done for the transfers from the hotel. So I won't waste your time doing that, but let's look at the attractions. You come in, we put in London, and then it pulls in the dates by itself as search attractions. And you're going to see a variety of filters here on the left again as well, if you want to narrow down your search, or if you want to just scroll through some of the options that are listed. You can see there's a great variety that are here. And this is just the first page, and then there's multiple pages to kind of go through all kinds of different experiences and everything. So we'll just add a full day London here just because it's there. Once you click on an item, you can see depending on the item, there may be various product types. So this, if you were doing like a day tour, out to Stonehenge as an example, there could be an option where maybe there's also a Windsor stop or something like that here. And so that's where here's where you would see the ticket types. The content here, we give you an easy way, again, to share this with the client. I'll show you that in just a couple of minutes. We'll add that attraction. Then on the next page, you're selecting what day and time. So as you know, most attractions in a post-COVID world are a timed entry. So this next would be the date and time. This particular tour only operates at one time, but you see each date is offered here. So we'll select the 10th. We'll put myself in here. We'll choose a random guest and put my contact info. Again, you get the content, but I'll show you how to share that with the client. Um, So it's just like that. You can keep building out the itinerary. If you're building a multi-day type itinerary, once you get everything in for the date that you're the city, the destination that you're working on, simply click add another product. That will take you back to this home page where you would start over, and you'll see this bar here at the top. Hey, you're adding whatever you're searching for, you're adding it to that draft itinerary. And so this gold bar here at the top will show you that. And then um, we can close out that one. And then once you're at the itinerary and once you have everything set up, if you have the ability to add a booking fee as well, and this will get rolled up into the RoomRes pricing, so it won't be its own separate line item. So should you want to add, say, an extra $100 on top of that, you can do so here. And then if they're ready to pay and confirm, you can do that. You can book now, pay later. But before we do the book now, pay later, I'll show you how to share this in a quote uh, way to the client. There's two ways to do so. I have my preference of which one, but I'll show you both. The first one is super easy. It's click here to see the one-click customer quote. Give it just a second and it'll populate a quote with all that information that we just put in there. You would share the URL with the client. That's how they would get access to it. So this is a personalized URL for this itinerary. And it's just very simple. You get very simple titles. You get the dates of travel, the client's name. Think of this as the title and these as subtitles. We'll come back to that in just a second. You have the hotel. The cool part about the quote is it's interactive, but it doesn't take them away from the RoomRes site. So they can click view details and scroll through pictures of the property. They can see all those details that I was talking about where we make it easy to share. Same on the attractions. They can click through pictures of things that they could be expected to see and experience while on the tour. All of the information of the tour is there as well. And then we also have a map, which is interactive. So you can zoom in on the map. I'm guessing you know what the big red dot represents. But on the map, when you zoom in, you can also see the closest tube station. You can see the closest rail station, that sort of thing. So really handy, and just to get a nice geographic feel of where you're at in regards to the city, because they obviously aren't from there. And then you see the transfers down below with a little tagline. That's the one-click quote. Now, the similar, but where it gives you more control, there's also create customer quote. This is the one I prefer myself because you can determine the level of detail that's there. So again, looking at the title and the subtitle, anything inside these blue boxes is what's going to dictate what shows up on the quote. So this could be Linda's lovely London escape. You can, whatever tone of voice you can put in there, you can put the person's name or why they're traveling, like an anniversary, birthday, that sort of thing. By the next question is the main image. So that image that was there, that's our default image. But if you have your own pictures, you can add a custom image that would replace that so that the imagery that is portrayed is one that you have handpicked for that specific itinerary. Your choice. You can do either. These subtitles by default will be accommodations, attractions, transportation. You can reword these again, however, as you wish. Transfers to and from the airport, as an example. And then would you like to include the customer's name, the exact dates? Now you can also do marketing templates within here. So maybe for a marketing template, you would include number of nights, whereas a personalized quote, you're doing dates. The next one, would you like to include the total price? So on that one-click quote, you may have noticed there was no price listed. Here, if you click yes, we'll automatically do the math for you. The only thing you would need to change is if you were indeed adding a booking fee, you need to manually add it to the amount here. So like we added 100 uh, dollars booking fee to that. And then there's this next one. Would you like to add prices? This is for individual line item pricing, which we don't typically use, but a good opportunity to use this tool is if you're using it as a hotel comparison tool. And this would be Hotel A at one price, Hotel B at two price, Hotel C at a third price. And if you're using it for a hotel comparison tool, you should turn this first one off and not include the pricing. The Otherwise, it's going to add all three hotels for the same date up there, which is not going to be the case. Then you have that tagline, and then another cool feature is that for more content options, click here. If you don't like the map, you could turn it off. Most people like a good map. But here's a really cool one. If you're booking something for the client on this same trip outside of this, what you're doing in RoomRes, you can still add it to this quote so that everything for the whole trip, the whole journey is here on one place. So if you're doing travel insurance, as an example, you come here, it's organized chronologically. So you're going to pick the date that you want it to show up on the itinerary. Here you could copy and paste the policy information. But you can do anything that you're not booking within the RoomRes platform. You can add it here, put your own title, your own description here. You can even add the price so that this price would be added to that amount that we saw above, and that's what would be displayed at the top of the itinerary. You can also add a logo, add imagery to the quote as well. We'll just pick a travel insurance logo here. And you can add as many elements as you want. The next question allows you to do the same for the flights. So you can have your outbound flight, your return flight. Again, you can put in the amount for the flight and it will add it to that top one as well. And if you added your own imagery, like we showed at the very beginning, you could choose that, or you can choose the Archer image and then click generate quote. And then this is the quote. You would share that URL again. This is the quote as it shows up now. So we have your branding that you've chosen, the title you created, dates, a client. Now you see that total price of everything that's in RoomRes and those other elements that we added. You see the adjustments that we made in the subtitles. You get your added components here. Again, it organizes it chronologically. And you get all of the other stuff that we looked at previously. So you get your hotel that you can view the details and pictures. The same with the attractions, the map still the same, the transfer still the same, and flights that we added are now here at the bottom. So you really have much more control over what is shown as well as how it's shown. And that is the quote. Once you send the quote, you're going to come back to the itinerary, close that tab. And at the itinerary, we're going to utilize the book now, pay later feature. So again, pay confirm, pop that, add new card, go through that process, or book now, pay later. You can lock in the rate, confirm the space with no financial commitment at all. We hit confirm. It's going to take just a second, but it'll roll through and confirm all of those elements for us. To the extent that we're going to get the confirmation, we'll even get the travel confirmation, the customer coupon travel voucher, if you will, as well, like you see here. So You get all of the details. Just make sure, should you decide to share this page for whatever reason with the client, that you are being conscious of what's here and marking some stuff out because it's not applicable to a client. The points earned is only applicable to you. Your customer coupons are branded. So they'll have the branding here at the top. You'll get all of the information here at this point, even though no money has been exchanged. And here's where that name that you chose at the very beginning will show up, as well as your phone number. And then the email obviously is listed there. So that is now all booked and confirmed. And then we can get back to that by now going, we started out at the homepage, we created an itinerary, we converted that itinerary to a quote, and now we've made a booking. So now that lives in the reservations and sales area. And so mine are these top, the ones we just did are the top three. So you see all of the information here. You see the payment due date. If you do not pay by that date, it will automatically cancel. Um, I would never share that exact date with the client. I would recommend sharing like a couple weeks prior to that, just so should there be any issues, you have time to sort through it before it just automatically cancels. Uh, Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. But I did want to call out a couple of things. So you can always get back to that customer travel voucher right here. You can also, if say a couple weeks go by, the client says, "Hey, I don't want to do that London tour anymore." You can come here, click cancel booking. We'll ask, "Are you sure?" You say yes, it's gone. You don't have to call, you don't have to email, you don't have to do anything. You can just call, cancel it straight away. Now, if there are requests that you have, say your client has some sort of a need to have, or doesn't want to be near an aerial elevator or whatever, you can come to the appropriate booking line. So, like we're looking at the hotel, and you come here under the submit inquiry, hit edit. You can make any of those requests right here. Once you select the request type, you type in whatever your request is, hit submit. That will go directly to our customer service team. Now that agent support team, their entire job is to assist you. They are here for you in whatever you need. And so we have a team of folks here in the US. We also have a team in Australia. And so the level of support that they can provide is indeed 24/7. So if you have a situation that comes up, you have a question about a booking, you can email the support team and they will get back to you within a business day. If you have a specific emergency type of situation that comes up, the number is right here. So feel free to call us. And that number is not going to a call center, but it's actually going to one of the support members line directly. And a couple of other things that they do when you make a booking, they comb through it, make sure everything seems okay. But then about 30 to 45 days prior to travel, they actually call and reconfirm everything for you. And then along during the travel, we do provide that 24/7 support. The That is essentially RoomRes in a nutshell. So we can hit up any questions that you may have.
I think there is a couple in the chat box, Art. I'm not too sure whether or not you can actually see that.
Possibly. I don't see it at the moment. I'm looking for it to. Yep, found it. Here we go.
You found it, yeah.
Yeah, I had it off my screen. So I'll just go all the way up to the top. This is amazing. The only downside is it's in USD. Will there be an option to change the currency? Currently, no. Currently, the future is still ahead of us. We are looking at other currencies. The other option that potentially you would have currently would be to work in a net profile rate, which is the Australia um, branch. So we have two different. We currently we have the U.S. account and we have an Australian account. The U.S. is based on commission. Australia is a net account. So meaning that you're the agency itself you're working off of. So keep that in mind. But that could be changed in the future. I have a question about accessibility, but it looks amazing. Accessibility, as in your client needs like accessible measures. That is a filter on the hotel page that you can sort hotels by that. I love this. Oh, thank you, Lorna. I've been playing with it. It's an improve, which can be a good thing. Awesome. Am I able to get a login with me not having an agent ID? If you have an account with Archer, then you should have one.
It's me. I don't have an agent ID.
Okay, email me separately, Sharna, and we can figure something out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Or everybody else saying use theirs. They want your reward points.
Absolutely.
The support is fantastic. I used them and had to amend a booking. The service was amazing, super clear. Great to hear. I hear so many compliments. So I travel all over the country here in the U.S., North America, and I talk to clients or agents all the time, and their common banter is the service is so amazing. So the team does an excellent job. So absolutely. What is the value of the point? So if you want to know more about, you can't add both logos. You do need to choose one or the other. If you do want to know more about the points, you can go to the rewards. I didn't go to it super in depth just because we're on a time schedule here, but you can go to the rewards tab and you can see everything here.
Sorry, I'm looking at booking a hotel, well, a holiday shortly in the Maldives. Do you do the transfers by speedboat?
I know we do some in Greece that way. I don't know about the Maldives specifically. You would, once you know what hotel that you are, when you're doing that transfer, you just put in the location and it would provide the various ways that we could do it. I don't know that we do or don't have that.
Okay, that's fine. I can just check. It was just a quick question. Thank you.
Just with that, Lorna, the Maldives is a funny one on its own. Some islands are only accessible via seaplane and some are speedboat, so that could make a difference as well.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. So I just wondered if speedboat, if the speedboat was on the transfer list within this actual this company. That was all. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't. I would say probably not, but that is a guess. To be fair,
He's disappeared, hasn't he?
Yeah, his battery indicator flashing.
Yeah, I did see that as well, that his battery was low. I'm guessing he might just come back in. So for those people who aren't here in live time and who are watching this in the future, thank you very much for joining. For those of you that are here, I will just keep you for another 5 minutes or so, just in case there's anything off topic. So thank you very much.